Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Pretty Please. Let me just give a quick disclaimer. This is my first video. It's not going to be perfect. There's going to be loads of fillers. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm not going to pronounce things correctly, and that's a given. And I do apologize about that, but I promise you that my quality of content is going to get better. I'm hoping anyway. The next thing I wanted to say is that this is a video that I've got together a few questions to help to break the ice for you to get to know me better, but those questions are on my iPad, which I've just kept down here. So if I keep looking down from the camera, it's because my iPad's here. So yeah, now that we've done all of that, let's get straight into the video and let me just try to break the ice and introduce myself a little bit better. So the first question: what was your favorite book growing up? A favorite book I would say is Lola Rose, that I used to reread multiple times growing up, and it's a Jacqueline Wilson book, so that probably gives away my age, but it was one of those books that was interesting for me. I couldn't understand it. It was kind of like, I know it's not fantasy, but it was kind of for me anyway, growing up, it was like a borderline fantasy. How could someone do something like that? If you haven't read the book, I know it is suitable for teenagers, but just try to read it, or try to read like the skimmed version of the blurb, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. So yeah, it was a really interesting book for me growing up, so I read that book multiple times. Let's jump on to question number 2. Also guys, I actually don't know what these questions are because my sister put them together and she was very specific. She was like, you cannot know all your questions before you start the video. So she put all the questions on the iPad, so I'm reading these questions as I'm filming this. So that's the reason why I keep looking down a lot more, and when I read the question I have to actually think about the answer, so there might be a little bit of delay with that. I'm just putting that out there. So my second question is, one thing you can't live without. Now I'm going to sound like an awful person for saying this, but hands down, I can't live without my phone. And no, it's not because I'm addicted to Instagram or to Snapchat. No, it's because I get so many calls from work every single day. I work in finance, so I get clients calling me even sometimes at like 2 o'clock in the morning. And that's the kind of thing you sign yourself up for if you work in finance. We're on question number 3 now, which is my favorite song. Now, I can't pick a song. And if I had to pick a song, I'd be sitting here probably for a good 2 hours because I just wouldn't know what song to pick. I listen to loads of different genres and styles of music, so I don't have a specific favorite song or a specific favorite genre, I would say. It depends on my mood. But yeah, I mean, I listen to all different types of music and I like a lot of different songs. I can never pick a specific song. There's so many good things about so many different songs. How can you just pick one? That brings me on to question number 4, my favorite childhood memory. Now, my favorite childhood memory is associated with my nan. That's my mum's mum. She used to visit us usually in the summertime when we were off from school for 3 months, and she would come and stay with us from India. And those 3 months were such an amazing time of my life. We used to go to the park, we used to go shopping, she used to cook so much food, and I do miss her. Unfortunately, she did pass away a few years ago, but that was definitely one of my favorite childhood memories growing up. I really did enjoy spending time with her, and I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to get to know her. But yeah, that definitely, every time I do think back on the times I had with her, it really does make me feel so happy that I did get that little bit of time with her. So yeah, that's my favorite childhood memory, trying not to get emotional. Okay, so thankfully my sister's next question is a lot more light-hearted, which is about coffee or tea. Now, I'm gonna be straightforward about this. I'm a tea drinker. And not Indian tea, the one that you have to boil and do all of that faffing. No, for me it's English tea. Just pop the kettle on and your tea's done, and it's got to be strong English tea. I drink about 5 cups of tea a day, and when I'm at work, it can go up to 10 cups of tea. Yeah, the side note is I do have to make a lot of those cups of tea now that I think about it. I think I make all the tea in the office. I'm definitely going to be sending out a message on the WhatsApp group saying that people need to start making more tea for me. But yeah, I do drink a lot of tea. And let me know in the comment section below, like, are you a tea drinker or a coffee drinker? Decisions, eh? Okay, so let's move on to the last question that she's put here. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? Who asks these kinds of questions? Okay, so I think for me, I had to read that a few times actually to think about it. Okay, so I think for me, I would probably live in Canada. The reason for Canada is because I love the nature over there and the wildlife. It's so beautiful. I don't mind the cold, so I'm totally okay with the heaps of snow that they get in the cold. But I really do find Canada a beautiful country. I've visited quite a few times when I was younger, and I always thought to myself, if I could get up and move, I'd move to Canada, because they've got good summer and they've got a good winter. So they've got a nice balance, and every time the seasons change in Canada, the flora and fauna and everything around there changes, and I just really do find it so beautiful. There are so many places in Canada that I found so picturesque, and that really made me fall in love with the country. So yeah, if Canada is giving out PRs just on the random, just remember that I'm here and I will quite happily move. So that brings us to the end of these quick fire questions. Pop down in the comment section below, where would you like to move if you'd been given the opportunity to move, and if you could move anywhere in the world. And definitely tell me, are you a tea drinker or a coffee drinker? That's an important decision on this channel. So I hope you've enjoyed my video. Again, please do forgive me, it's not going to be perfect, but do give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed getting to know me, as cheesy as that is. And do subscribe to my channel for weekly videos. I will be uploading twice a week on Thursdays and Sundays. And yeah, also join me on my socials. I will put the handle somewhere on the screen. I've probably just looked all around the screen. I will put it there, otherwise I'll put it in the description bar below. Thank you so much for watching.